Well, obviously disappointed in the result today. Um, as I told our seniors, I thought it was a game that we had every opportunity to win, as I told our team, and a game that I know how badly we wanted to win for our seniors and wanted to send them off the right way. That being said, we turned the ball over 3 times. Penalties, had 9 penalties, and really penalties at crucial times. And I thought that really interrupted any opportunity we had to score and get a lead, because we felt like if we got a lead, we would hopefully be in control of the game. I thought our defense, except for 2 plays, played a fantastic football game, but obviously that it wasn't quite enough for us. And so we have one more opportunity next week to go out and finish this thing off the right way, try to get our 6th win. As I said to our team, we're a team for 7 more days, and hopefully we can find a way to win that game and extend our season for another month or so. So I'm sad for the seniors because, as I told them, not many people in the history of college football have been through what they've been through and done what they've done. And I've seen it, part of it, on the inside. And they've stayed when they could have run. They've stayed, and they took a lot of flack, and they were loyal, and they were strong. They showed courage. They were just men. And even today, I thought they availed themselves like the winners that they are. So I'm sad, deeply sad that we couldn't have them walk off the field, winning the football game the way we wanted them to. But that certainly is not their legacy, and we'll try one more week to get them the win that they need. So with that, I'll see what questions you have.
But you talked about last week maybe trying a little bit too hard in that game against Iowa State. Did you see some of that today in this game?
I thought that was all I talked about at halftime. Just I'm not say trying too hard, just tense. I mean, you always know on senior day the seniors are going to have a little bit of tears in their eyes, and they're always going to be a little bit tight. But I thought there was a lot of that from a lot of different people, and we start off the game, we fumble. It looked like we were going to be able to run the ball. We score. We get the ball down the red zone. We fumble. But I thought, especially on defense, they just kept playing, and they kept, fighting. So everything's sort of a work in progress. We kept talking about, hey, this is the same as last week, and we had a chance to come back and win. Let's hang in there. And I thought they hung in there, and at the end of the day, we had the ball with a chance to go tie the game. So they never let it get away from them, and just too many plays that beat ourselves.
Matt, how costly were those turnovers, especially when you're at the goal line?
Yeah, I can't necessarily remember how many points they led to, but certainly, we have a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. We just blocked a punt. We felt good about that. So that's 4 chances to run the football in, or sort of our red zone woes have been sort of out a little bit further, and we thought, hey, we're going to be able to, take a shot with her or throw the ball in the flat or something and score, and just a missed snap. That's something that you do every day, and that certainly hurt. One on the first drive hurt, but I thought our defense responded, held them to a field goal, I believe, and in the second half, I think it was the second half of the pick, I thought our guys hung in there. So they hung in there. I mean, I thought our defense, they just wanted to keep playing, and all the way down to that last drive when they got the ball back for the offense with a chance to go win it. So we were able to overcome them, I thought.
Matt, was this game almost maybe just too much on the line? They think too much about being bowl eligible, which you try to negate, but was this almost as if they hyperventilated?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to really think about that. I thought, the matchup that we thought was going to be difficult for us was going to be our offensive line versus their defensive line. They had 10 sacks against us last year, so we've improved. But a lot of those penalties came from holds and things inside, and I haven't seen those plays, so I can't comment on them. But it looked like we were going to be able to run the football. I mean, we hit some explosive runs, or at least some decent runs. Lovett was running the ball well, but I thought in pass protection and things, Charlie would kind of drop back and have to kind of get out of there. Now I have to watch the tape to see exactly what it was, but that was the matchup. I thought a lot of the penalties then came from that. I just know that they wanted to win. It was like, as I told them at halftime, I said, you guys are worried about winning instead of just worried about, beating the other team. Just go play. And, you can keep saying that until finally it clicks, right? And I thought it was better in the second half. I thought defensively it was certainly better in the second half. I mean, they had a lot of energy on the sideline. And, we have one more week to try to do it.
You've had to say that at halftime almost every game
I don't know. I think they get a little few more things. It's easy to say. It's hard to do, right? Most games, most games in college football today, you watch, unless it's like an absolute blowout. Most games are like 7-3 or 14-7 or 10-3 in the first quarter. Not many games kind of get away. It's really the second half where teams start to open up the score and over time wear people out. We thought we were going to be able to wear them out to a degree, and we weren't able to do so. And Lovett fumbled. He's a sophomore. Charlie threw a pick. He's a sophomore. So keep coaching him, and these things are hard when they happen, but you hope that they just grow from them and learn from them, and when it does click, it clicks for good. So it's frustrating to say that every week, but that's where we are. I mean, we were able to hang in the game with a chance to win. We just didn't make the psychotic, explosive, crazy play that they made. The play that Rager made, four guys hit him, he runs around the edge and scores a touchdown. Like, we never made one of those plays. We came close, but never made that play. And even down to the last play of the game, we throw it up, we still got a chance to go catch that ball maybe, and they made the play. And so we just got to maybe make one more play.
Matt, did you tell on that snap, did Charlie just come out early, or did you tell?
I can't tell that, yeah. I'd have to see it, because my eyes were over on where the run was going to be, just trying to see how they blocked it. And, we had a chance again later. We had 3rd and 1 at the, whatever yard line with a chance to go, thinking, hey, we're going to run it twice and see what happens here. And we miss a key block at the point of attack, and I don't get that one. So there were a lot of things like that you can point to today.
After this week of practice, did you feel like y'all were prepared well for this week?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think you'd play defense the way we played today if you weren't. Again, I thought that there's sometimes you can go out there and play, and there's a matchup that's going to be one that you're nervous about, and I thought we knew what happened last year. O-line versus D-line. We thought, hey, this will be one we'll have to negate, and I don't think we were able to play up front the way we wanted to in terms of pass protection and running the football, and the penalties were mainly came from that. We didn't have a lot of things down the field. We had one where Christoph thought, Charlie was scrambling, so he turned to block and we threw it just keep playing, right? But a lot of them came up inside. So.
Matt, their pass rush notwithstanding, was there anything you noted about what they were doing that didn't allow you guys to stretch the field like you wanted, like you could have or maybe hoped to do?
No, I think we took that one shot to Mims early, took another shot down the field to him, and it was out of bounds. Had a couple of ones called and then kind of Charlie had to run. So the ones we played, they were when Denzel was alone on the boundary, they doubled him. So they were going to make sure that Denzel didn't beat him, and we were able to get hurt of the ball a couple of times, but they were trying to take those guys away, and then which was a good plan. I mean, that's if you want to play us, that's what you should do. And I think that's why we had some runs that hit, but we weren't able to be kind of quite consistent. If when we did hit a big run, it would get called back. But I thought their plan of taking away Denzel was a good one, probably.
Did they take him with the middle of the field too in the second half?
Well, we were playing with a little more 4 receivers. So they put an extra guy in the field. I mean, they put an extra guy in. So they took out a D lineman a lot of the game and put an extra guy in the middle of the field. So they played, even at the end of the game, we're running routes that should be open in the middle of the field, and they just sort of had an extra guy there. So, it was a good plan, and you'd like to think that if they have 3 guys rushing, you can hang in there, and some plays we did, and some plays we didn't. So, good plan. Coach Patterson's, he's obviously a defensive coach. Good plan by those guys. Still have plenty of options and places to go with the football, right? You just have to kind of make those plays. 4th and 7, we throw the ball to Jalen Hurd. He makes the play. So, all of us probably look back and say, dang, I wish we would have done this differently or made this play or all that.
You mentioned, coming to the game, the lines were the issue that you were most worried about. Does that kind of hamstring you when it comes to play calling in terms of what you're able to call when you don't necessarily trust that you can get 5 seconds out of it?
Yeah, and I don't want to say, like we were hamstrung. I don't want to make it sound like hey, all I'm saying is, we knew the area we would have to have the most success in would be, the offensive line, and I just think when you have penalties, it kills any sort of vibe that you have. Does that make sense? And so we had some crucial key penalties and some crucial key turnovers, and so when a drive was pretty clean, it was pretty clean, and when we didn't, it wasn't. So. Then what happens in any whether it's offense, defense, special teams, you end up kind of trying to figure something out as opposed to just getting in a rhythm. And they've been able to really keep people kind of hamstrung early in games. They've turned the ball over a lot in the second half, and people have gotten leads on them. And they protected the football today. And we didn't make enough plays on offense to make them have to drop back and throw the ball. You know, they were able to sort of sit there and hand the ball off, and that was their game plan, I'm sure, to run the ball and keep it close and make a play or two with Jalen, and they did. And we didn't make those plays.
What gave you the impression you could win the offensive line against their defense?
I'm sorry?
When you said you thought you could use your offensive line to make the difference, what?
No, that's all I said. I think I said something effective like we knew we would have to negate their defensive line. We'd have to find a way to. So that was a couple drives. That was some tempo. You know, so when we didn't have penalties, we were up against the change. You know, we knew we weren't going to kick a lot of field goals, so we were going to go 2 downs down in the red zone. So, but there was just a couple times where we maybe had a good play, and then all of a sudden it was 1st and 15, and that then sort of puts you up against it. So.
What do you have to do to get your line to the point where you can feel comfortable against the defensive line like this?
I probably made this a little too much about the line. I think, they'll just keep getting better and better and better. I just thought we probably did a lot of great things up front. We're playing with a freshman tight end, a freshman left tackle. They'll get better. We're playing with 2 seniors on the right side who are warriors, and I love them. Tech's going to be one of the best linemen in the Big 12 next year. And so I just think, at the end of the day, just some of those penalties that happened up front kind of got us away. So, again, we went into the game knowing that their strength would be their defensive line. L.J. Collier, I think, is really a special player. Bonogo's a special player. So we said, hey, we'll have to have a plan for them. We went in there. We thought we did. We had some success. But there were some other times where we had holds and stuff that kept us out of whack. So if that's really what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm not saying it real great, but so the penalties weren't coming from everywhere. They weren't coming from the wideouts. They were coming just kind of inside and up front, and that was a matchup we had to win. And at the end of the day, we scored 9 points, so we didn't win it enough. And no one really won it enough.
Matt, BJ with 2 blocked, is that a knack thing or is that a scheme thing that you've been able to? I think y'all had 7 blocked.
Yeah, I think they put him in a position. That's Mike Saravo and Fran Brown put him in a position, and he went and got it. And it was just kind of him running through and getting his hand up, which was a big deal for us. We thought maybe we had a chance to get one in there, and unfortunately it went out of bounds. We had a backwards pass by them that was about that far from staying in bounds. We had that block kick was about that far from staying in bounds. But BJ's a talented young man, and it helped us on defense, and then that was a big play for us on special teams.
Coach, this was one of the few games where the other team really dominated the time of possession. How did that impact the play call?
Well, I think we were 2 of 15 on 3rd down, so I think really the time of possession was probably a little more, on our end, not being able to extend drives. And so we've been pretty decent on 3rd down. I think we've been, I don't know if the exact number is in the top, whatever. But we were just too many 3rd and longs, too many 3rd and non-manageables. And then, they came out and they zero pressured us in the second half. I mean, they were coming after us. And, this play to this, that play to that. But, we just didn't quite execute at the level we need to get those plays. And, defensively, we had a couple times where we had them 3rd and 7. Then we had, we jumped off sides for the 3rd time in the game, made it 3rd and 2, and then extended the drive. So there were some self-inflicted wounds on defense that maybe extended some drives. Maybe their desire to really sort of run the football and run the clock out might have contributed to it. But I also think it was just really our 3rd down. We weren't efficient enough on 3rd down tonight.
Coach, going back to the block kicks on special teams, has there been anything in particular that you would say has contributed to your special team success with the block kicks this season?
Player buy-in and the way we practice it, and the PAT field goals and all that, we do it. We do it a lot. We do it live on Tuesdays, which a lot of people won't do. And then punt-wise, I think blocking punts is all about players, so BJ's getting them, Christian Morgan's getting them, so it's not we're not drawing cool things up. It's just good players are kind of running in there, making the play and blocking it, and that's their gift.
Coach, I know not to look ahead, but you guys, are much improved from last season, obviously. But if for some reason you aren't able to make it to a bowl, how would you categorize this season? Would you categorize it as a success?
It's hard for me to say that, because I'd hate to think about losing, next week. I would say that I'm really proud of our players and coaches for how far they've come from last year. And, I'm really proud of our seniors and all, just the things they've overcome, and people might say, yeah, I kind of understand, like, when you're on the inside of it and you've seen everything from the beginning, and no one can ever understand what has been presented in front of these guys, what they've been through, what was here when we got here, the things they've overcome, and so I'm proud of them. I mean, I told the seniors, man, I mean it when I say, like, not many people have been through what they've been through, and so yeah, we want to win next week, and we're going to go to a bowl game. I want to extend the season. And I don't know, maybe it's fitting that it comes down to the last game, and can they go? I can sit, like Smoke was asking, I can sit here and talk all day about play under pressure as if there's no pressure, but, like, you got to go do it. So maybe this is what has to happen. They have to go play a last game and play a championship caliber game, and can you go win when everything's riding on it? And so maybe that's the ending we need. But make no mistake, I'm proud to death of these guys. They're all graduating. They're doing things right. They've improved beyond measure. I mean, we were getting laughed off the field sometimes. We got laughed off the field last year in this game against TCU. And so they made a major step. Just need to make one more next week. We'd like to find a way to finish it the right way.
Do you have any concerns about emotionally this week of getting this team back to Texas Tech?
No, I don't think so. I thought last week was emotional, and last week there was all that stuff coming out of that, and I thought they showed up, for that, for this game. This game wasn't obviously the game we wanted it to be, but again, when we play good defense, when we hold people, that was a step forward. So I think they'll show up this week. There's too many guys in there that have pride and that are competitive and that want to win, and there's too many kids in there that want to win for the seniors and want to finish it the right way. And I think we're all excited to play Texas Tech, and we're all excited to have a Thanksgiving week game. And so I know they'll be ready to go this week. We got too many guys of high caliber that have picked themselves off the mat too many times, and they're hurting today because they couldn't leave senior day. But I think they'll quickly refocus and say, hey, I want to go win this game next week.
Emotions aside, how do you get this team technically over the hump, when it comes down to just the football mechanics of it, to be getting more than 9 points and to be converting when necessary?
Yeah, that's our job as coaches, is to just keep coaching, and it's always a fine line when you sit up here because you never want to sound like you're blaming the players, because I'm not. I point out, like, hey, we have to do this better, that better, but at the end of the day, I think it's our job just to keep improving and keep getting better. And so, we have one more game to try to put it all together and get a win. And then if we win that game, then we'll go try to win the bowl game, And then we have a whole other offseason. And, I just think that over time, you just keep doing it. And you watch, you're sitting out there today and you watch Charlie and you watch Lovett and you watch Ebner and you watch Mims, and they're fighting like heck for the seniors. But, there'll be seniors again someday too. And you hate the mistakes right now as they happen. But, as long as they continue to learn from them, we'll get better. So we have to get better in terms of technically. We have to get better in terms of schematically. We have to get better in terms of no penalties. We have to get better in terms of not giving up big plays. We have to get better in terms of, not turning the ball over. And at some point, we have to take the ball away. We haven't done it. We haven't won the turnover battle all year. Like, you couldn't find many teams that have won 5 games and they're minus 13 or whatever we are, and minus 10. I don't know what we are. So that's just our job. We'll just pick up again. We won't feel sorry for ourselves. We go to bed tonight. We wake up tomorrow. We get to work for next week and see if we can't write it next week.
Coach, with last one in mind, how are you feeling personally about next week?
In terms of?
In terms of the game and with the pressure of the whole game.
There's no. My whole life is pressure. You know what I'm saying? Our coaches, their whole lives are pressure. But I also feel pressure to be a good husband, a good father, a good everything, right? So I'm upset right now. But I'm going to go home and play with my daughters. And I'm going to talk to my son, who's on the sideline with us. He's probably devastated right now, right? And I'm going to go home and smile at my wife. And I'm going to text our players all night. I'm going to talk to them. And then I'll show up tomorrow and I'll work the same tomorrow whether we won or lost today. And so I think that's probably why Mac hired me. If you were an emotional person, you wouldn't have made it through 3 weeks here. And I just try to be the same guy every day. And when I stop being the same guy every day, George DeLeon or Phil Snow reminds me to be the same guy every day. And so that's my job. My job's not to be emotional, but would I be happy if we won? Absolutely. But everything happens for a reason, man. And like I said, maybe we're supposed to go win it on the last game of the year. And I mean, that's my second year at Temple. We went 2-10 my first year. My second year at Temple, we were 5-6 and had to go win the last game to be bowl eligible, and we did it. And so I plan on trying to go do it next week versus Coach Kingsbury, who I respect, and a good team. And but these players, they don't deserve anything from me other than my best, and they don't deserve anything from each other other than their best. So it's not pressure. You know, I gave them my best this week, so I'm disappointed. You know, but I can look them in the eye. And I told the senior, I said, sorry, I couldn't have done more, but that's my job. Give them the best I have, and all of us give each other the best, and we'll move forward. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.